Welcome to the Edison Ford Winter Estates, located in Fort Myers, Florida. It was opened to the public in 1947 and is 20 acres of historical buildings and botanical gardens. The first thing you're treated to is a beautiful museum which highlights many of the Edison and Ford patents and inventions. Edison had over 1,000 patents and Ford had just over 150. Together, some of the things they invented are still in use today.
No way to turn it down, no volume control. So Dad would take off his socks, stuff them in the hole. There's an old expression called put a sock in it. Put a sock in it.
Walking through the museum, you'll notice an extensive collection of Edison phonographs and record players and additional filming equipment that he invented and has the patents on. It's quite amazing. What you see here is the 1928 Edison Botanical Research Laboratory. While in Florida, Edison and Ford were constantly looking for newer and better sources of rubber. And they tried many species and grew them here on the properties and tested them here. In this laboratory, you can see this big, long, weed-looking thing is goldenrod, which became the best-yielding rubber plant. Thomas Edison came to Fort Myers in 1885 and purchased 13 acres along the Caloosahatchee River. On this property, he built two very large houses which were mirror properties. One was for entertaining and one was for living and cooking in. Both of the houses have huge 14-foot long porches that go all the way around each of the houses. Just spectacular. Although you can't actually go into the houses, there are many doorways that allow you to look in and see all the exact furniture just as it was when Edison and Mina lived in the houses. As you can tell, we came in December and all of the houses were decorated with lots of garland and Christmas trees everywhere you looked. They looked beautiful.
Very nice. Okay.
Edison entertained many guests, famous guests in his houses, including Henry Ford, Harvey Firestone, and President-elect Herbert Hoover, to name a few. In 1914, Henry and Clara Ford, along with their son Edsel, visited Fort Myers at the request of Thomas Edison. They enjoyed the visit so much,
This is his house.
2 years later, they purchased the home adjacent to the Edison Winter Estate.
This is his garage. Let's go take a look. The Ford garage.
Oh, and there's Henry himself.
This is the Ford house.
Although the furniture inside the Ford estate is not exact furniture from when Ford was there, it was meticulously recreated from local antique stores many years ago to simulate exactly what it was like when Ford lived there. As you can see, the Ford house is a little more modest than the Edison house. It doesn't have as grand wraparound porches like the Edison's, but nonetheless is still beautifully maintained and very elegant inside. We greatly enjoyed walking through the garden shop, which had many varieties of colorful flowers, of which are growing on the premises that you could buy and take home with you, which was very nice. We stayed until after dusk and paid an extra $10 and were able to walk around the entire estates and see the elaborate lighting that they had put up on all the houses and trees. It was just spectacular. Edison's main house and guest house were connected with a pergola that was lit with beautiful white lights that formed an arch at either end, leading to a Christmas tree on each of the porches.
Smile, Brenda.
During the holiday season, they called all the lights the holiday nights. And one of the things that was very spectacular was something they called liquid fireworks that you see here, which was dancing water. It was spectacular. The lights choreographed with the water to the music was very well done. We had a great time touring the three houses and the beautiful grounds, and highly recommend you come see the Edison and Ford Winter Estates.